How to Create a Proof of Concept in 2022, by Jimmy Rodilla of Fool.com. The blueprint. Coming up with fresh, brilliant ideas for the next best solution can be an exciting venture for project teams. However, before they start building and distributing their ideas, it's crucial for them to pace their developmental process. They need to have a comprehensive project quality management plan, a clear understanding of what problems they're solving, etc. That way, regardless of the stage they're in, they can avoid overlooking critical aspects about their project that would cause them to fail. Moreover, if they want their clients and investors to accept their ideas and development proposals, project teams need to prove first that their ideas are truly practical, useful, commercially viable, and worth spending on. How can they do that? The answer is through a proof of concept, POC. A POC is crucial for project managers and teams wanting to propose developing their business ideas into real-life solutions. In this guide, we will elaborate on what a POC is, why it's important for businesses, and how project teams can effectively develop their proposal. A POC is a presentation of the proposed product and its potential viability. POCs describe the idea and proposed functionality of the product, including its general design or specific features, and how achievable they are. This presentation serves as a prerequisite before companies produce a sample or the final version and release it for wide-scale implementation or sales. A POC typically involves a small-scale visualization exercise to verify the potential real-life application of an idea. It's not yet about delivering that concept, but showing its feasibility. Through the POC, project managers can prove that building the proposed solution, program, product, feature, or method is achievable. POCs further allow decision-makers to explore the potential of the idea, giving them a glimpse of the bigger picture or the situation once the company launches the product. This is why developing POCs should stem from the organization's strategic goals, which should also come from the vision statement. In this way, project managers can ensure their solution supports not only the customer's needs but also the overall objectives and mission of the organization. Now, depending on their niche, various industries can have different POC example projects or use cases. Why is having a proof of concept important for small businesses? POCs are critical in helping businesses, especially small ones, launch their new or refined product ideas and begin their project management process. Here are 3 specific reasons why. 1. Project managers can pinpoint potential risks and obstacles. Developing a POC helps project managers pinpoint risks and obstacles they may face in implementing the proposed product. Rather than uncovering those obstacles during or after the product launch, managers can foresee them and plan their projects accordingly while still in the development phase. Examples of these risks and obstacles are contracted parties' failure to fulfill their deliverables, disputes during project implementation, and many more. It's worth noting that while the POC doesn't guarantee smooth implementation of project management basics, it can increase the likelihood of the product's success. For instance, once POCs unveil the potential obstacles, project leaders can then record them in the risk register, also considered one of the best project management practices, for appropriate planning, budget coverage, and other actions. Project leaders can also find ways to eliminate, mitigate, and address the risks and assure investors about the project's success. 2. Project leaders can determine the chances for scalability. When project managers propose creating a product, they and their stakeholders likely expect it to be scaled. That's why, through POCs, project leaders can verify not only the feasibility of the idea but also its scalability, whether immediately or over time. POCs can help managers and stakeholders see how to go about growing and mass-producing the product in terms of systems architecture, human resources, and workflow standardization, among others. In this way, companies can determine their capacity for working with additional production. POCs can even help project managers address scope creep while they're still in the proposal phase. Scope creep refers to how a product's requirement realistically tends to multiply or escalate over the project life cycle. For instance, A proposed product that begins with 5 essential components can then have 10 as the company scales it. Another is when managers need to spend on sudden product changes that can go beyond the project budget. If project managers can prove the company's ability to handle scope creep during scalability, they can note it in their project management tools, as well as present their proposal to stakeholders more convincingly. 3. Stakeholders need proof before investing. Before project managers can request resources for their proposal, they should show their stakeholders that the investment will be worth it. POCs give project managers that opportunity. Through POCs, they can illustrate the usability and profitability of the idea. They can show the product idea in detail with illustrations and visuals to provide the presentation with sufficient data. They can thoroughly explain the advantages of the proposed product to the company's operations, brand image, customer relations, and more. By doing so, project leaders can better convince the enterprise to commit the needed resources to develop the idea. POCs also allow stakeholders to assess the idea, giving them a varied form of win-loss or cost-benefit analysis. If the concept doesn't prove to become as practicable or profitable as formerly assumed, and the losses outweigh the potential returns, stakeholders can decide not to invest. Building a new product, after all, isn't cheap. If the proposed venture fails, tons of resources could go to waste that could have been invested in more productive initiatives. If project managers can prove that they have an airtight idea and the right measures to mitigate possible losses, they can better compel stakeholders to accept their proposal.